A group of spies once tried to trap Jesus, asking, is it right to pay taxes to Caesar? In other words, are you a revolutionary, opposed to Roman rule, or are you a compromiser, supporting Roman rule? He refuses to be tricked into giving a simplistic answer, and instead asks for a coin, asks his own question, and then famously declares, render unto Caesar what is Caesar's, and render unto God what is God's. Now, we hear those words with our Western mindsets and think, easy. Let Caesar look after all the practical, logistical, political stuff, and let God and his people get on with all the spiritual stuff. The Sunday morning stuff, prayers, hymns, invisible things, that's God's turf. Taxation, roads, healthcare, that's Caesar's turf. How convenient to have that separation. None of that awkward mixing of religion and politics. But for those listening to Jesus in the first century, there's not a chance they would have heard Jesus' statement that way. For the Hebrews, body, soul and spirit were not separate entities. Life was one. For example, the temple wasn't just a place where you worshipped. It was a civic centre, looking after many aspects of communal life. For the Hebrews, their religious leaders were also their political leaders. So when we talk about what is God's and what is Caesar's, we're not talking about two separate realms where God has jurisdiction in the sacred and Caesar has jurisdiction in the secular. It's not like this. It's more like this. Caesar has a small delegated area of authority within the context of God's overall authority. He is the supreme creator who is reconciling all things in heaven and earth to himself. Jesus reiterated this when he told Pilate that he would have no authority unless it had been given you from above. Note that he doesn't dispute that Pilate has real authority, but he reminds him where it comes from. So God has an opinion on everything, including taxes, because he is in authority over all of it. As the ex-Dutch Prime Minister and theologian Abraham Kuyper said, there is not 1 square inch of creation over which the Lord Christ does not cry, it is mine.